Hi everyone, Eric here.
Craig.
And we are Whose Turn Gaming. And today we're going to be playing Splendor and kind of showing you a couple rounds as far as how the game is played, so you get a general idea of everything. Alright, so what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'm going to take black, white, and blue. And that's because I want to buy this blue one because it's dirt cheap. And if that fails, I want to buy this black one because it's also pretty cheap.
My first thing I go through when I'm playing Splendor is I'll take a look at the royals and see which ones they need. Two of them need brown, two of them need blue, and then white, red, and green is on the other three. So I'm going to be focusing primarily on brown and blue since they're needed for the royals more. And since we mostly have brown and blue down here, I'm going to try and grab the needed requirements for the brown one over there. So I'm going to grab a white, blue, and green.
Alright, so again, I want that blue one where I need two black and a white, so I'm going to grab another black. I need a red and a green for down here, so I'm going to grab a red and a green. And that's my turn.
Knowing that he took the browns makes me believe he's either going for the white or the blue. So I'm free to grab a second blue, a red, and then I'll grab one brown since it's needed on many other ones in the second row as well as the first row.
Alright, I now have enough to buy my blue, so I'm going to spend one white and two black. And take that blue card that I want. Flip up the next one.
Two blue, white, red, and green. And I'm going to grab this brown one.
I have one blue already. I kind of want that white one for 3, which is going to be costing me only 2 blue. And I really want that black one, which is 2 green and a red, as I already have a green and a red. So I'm going to grab a green. I'm going to grab a blue. And I'm going to grab a white, because I really don't need anything else, and I figure I might as well just grab that.
Since I already have 2 brown, that'll pretty much cover most of the things that will pop up on the bottom row. So I'm going to stay away from brown and grab a green, a blue, and a white.
I now have enough to buy my black, so I'm going to spend 2 green and a red. I will take the black. Flip up the next card.
Knowing that blue is as important as it is, and that I'm only 1 away from getting this one that needs 3 browns, I'm going to reserve it and take a yellow.
I really wanted that blue one that he just reserved, so I'm going to insult Craig because I really wanted that card. That was a great play. I wanted that so bad, but that's just kind of what happens. So kind of have a pivot a little bit. I do still have enough for the white, so I'm going to buy the white with 2 blue because I have one on my board. And go ahead, Craig.
Alright, I'm going to take the brown I have for free on my card, and my brown chip and my reserve chip. I'm going to purchase the blue that I had reserved.
Alright, so looking at the board, I don't have any clear play that I want to do really. I kind of want this white one at the bottom because I'm only 1 white away. But I also am kind of looking at the middle ones because I'm pretty close to some of them. So I will end up grabbing a white, a blue, and a black. So I can try to purchase this green one as well as this white one next turn. Not next turn, but you know.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and grab, since there's 4 reds, I'm going to just take 2 of those reds and aim towards getting that green one next turn.
So seeing he took 2 reds, which is not the best move unless you really need those reds, makes me think that he wants those that green bottom right one. So I kind of want to reserve it despite him, but I have no reason for the green. So I'm actually just going to buy the white to keep going with my strategy.
Okay, I'm going to actually pivot here and grab that one red one for 2 blue and green.
I'm going to again insult Craig and his ancestry because I wanted that card again. Craig, well played. Really hate that you keep grabbing my cards. But, that's frustrating. So I'm going to pivot and I'm going to try to get this red one because I only need to grab a black and a red and I'll have it. So I will do a black, a red, and I will do a green just in case I can buy this black layer. So.
I am now looking at possibly getting this one, so I'm going to grab another blue to restock that. And seeing that there's a ton of blacks and reds, and in the second row, I'm going to grab another red. And I will be grabbing a second white.
So I kind of wanted another red to try to get that green again, but red is hoarding them. Craig is hoarding them all, and it's a solid strategy. It's very annoying when you're the one who wants the colors that they have, but you just kind of have to work with what you have. So I will end up buying this red instead for a red and 2 black, just to get something.
So then why did that one only cost you a red and 2 black?
So it only cost me 1 red and 2 black because I had 1 black already, and I had the 1 white, which is required for the card. As such, I personally like to do for strategy-wise as many cheap cards as I can until I can either get cards for free or until the nobles start coming to visit me. So that's just usually my strategy for this game. Typically works out pretty well.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and purchase the green one that I've been stalling on for 1 blue, 1 red, since I have a blue and a red already. I'll be able to get this green.
Now I'm kind of at a dilemma because I really want the black card that just showed up, or actually that I was kind of saving for, and the red card that just showed up. I just don't really know which would be better. I think the black card, just because black is a little more prevalent on the board, but also because there's 2 nobles that need it versus just 1. So I'm going to spend 1 blue, because I have 1 blue, 2 white, and 1 red, and I will get the card for 1 chip.
I really want that red chip that came out, or the red gem, and all I need to spend to get it is 1 white, because I already have the green, the blue, and the brown. So I'm going to spend 1 chip, and I'm going to take a second red card.
Not as angry as him taking the card that I want, but I'll let it slide for now. I'm going to go for... I don't know. There's a lot going on the board, and I have to figure out what I all need.
Q graphic for analysis by paralysis.
So I think what I'm going to do, I have enough black for this one already, I just need the 2 green. I have 1 green chip already. So I'm going to take 1 green chip, and as I'm only 2 blue chips away from getting this green one up top here, I'm going to grab 1 blue chip and a red because I only have 1 red.
I have the 4 red chips right now. I just need 2 brown and a red to be able to get this 2-point white card. So I'm going to grab 1 more red, a brown, because those are what I need for that. And then I'm going to look at the rest of the board, and knowing that I have no whites in hand, I'm going to take a second white for my last chip I take.
Alright, so I'm going to pay the 2 green because I have the 2 black, and I will get the blue card at the very bottom, which also will be able to, so I can buy the green card that I want to buy next turn.
I think I'm going to go ahead and do the 2 white actually this turn to get this green card, because I already have the blue for free,
Sure you don't want an orange mirror?
and that will get me another green card, since I don't need the whites right now. I don't wouldn't expect him to try and reserve or
So I
anything.
kind of wanted that free card that Craig, again, just grabbed for me, but there's nothing I can do about it at this point. So I will spend my original plan of 1 blue to make it so I have 3 blue, 2 whites, and 2 black, which will give me 1 point, as well as a green card.
I am going to, on my turn, take a green, a brown, and another white to restock my whites.
Eric here. Going to be giving you a play-by-play on the rest of the video just because the audio on this is horrible. It was my turn. I was short green to buy all the cards I wanted to do, so I ended up reserving a card just to help get a noble and to have a wild. Craig's turn. He spent chips to buy a brown card. He already had 2 green cards to help with a 3 green cost, so that was a nice move for him. On my turn, I reserved the white card as I was close to buying it, and I also needed it for the noble. Craig spent a lot of his chips to buy one of the white cards and got some points. On my turn, I took 2 greens as I needed green for just about everything I wanted. Craig took chips. On my turn, I spent the chips needed to buy one of my reserve cards. Craig took chips. At this point, I had a realization I was pretty close to being able to buy this brown card, which would then make the red card I wanted much cheaper, so I took chips to do that. On Craig's turn, he reserved a card. Now the card that flipped up on my turn was much better as it had more points and it reduced the cost of the red card I wanted to buy, so I bought that one as I had everything for it, just needed the 2 chips. This brought me up to 4 points total. Craig buys his reserve card. I took chips.
Not because you told me this, but I'm gonna piss off Eric here.
Craig spent his chips to buy one of the cards on the board. It was the one I was trying to get. On my turn, I insulted Craig.
Now Craig did that just to piss me off. He's very good at that.
Since he had taken the card I was trying to get, I had to end up spending a lot more of the chips I had in order to get the red card I was trying to purchase. I insulted Craig again.
Also, you're an ass.
Craig takes chips. I take chips. Craig buys a card. This gives him another point, which brings his total up to 6. On my turn, I buy a card. This gives me a point and also gets me closer to getting a noble. Around this time is when you start really focusing on when the nobles are coming out, as well as getting as many points as you can on the cards. I'm currently sitting at 7 points. Craig reserves a card. He can buy this next turn, and then would be 1 red card away from getting a noble. I reserve the only easy red card to get, which blocks Craig from getting a noble visit for sure. This turns out to be a key play at the end of the game. Craig buys his reserve card. This makes it so he only needs to get a single red card to be visited by a noble. He is now sitting at 9 points. I'm able to buy a card for free, which lets me get visited by a noble. This brings me up to 12 points. I either need to buy a card worth 3 points, or get 1 more noble visit to win the game. Craig sees this and buys a 2-point card that I could have purchased. This blocks me from getting those points and was a great defensive play on his part. He is now sitting at 11 points and needs only 1 red card worth 1 point to win, the very card I reserved. I buy a brown card for free. This makes it so I can win next turn by purchasing my red reserve card and being visited by a noble. Craig sees that I'm about to win the game and does not see any way to get past it, so he reserves a card. I purchase my reserve red card for 1 point and gets me a noble visit to bring me up to 16 points total, which ends the game.
Well, that's Splendor. It obviously just kind of, it's some luck. It's mainly skill, just kind of seeing what everyone else is doing and kind of how the cards fall in your favor. So
with that being said, please give the video a like if you found it helpful. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll have other videos coming out here. If you want to see how it's set up, we do have that video going on, so that will be somewhere, I'm sure, on the end card. Otherwise, that's about it. I'm Eric.
And I'm Craig.
And that's it. Thank you for watching Whose Turn?